Hey, don't judge me for making the video. You're the one who clicked on it, which means you're at least a bit curious. Look, listen, you can't tell me that when you're reading Warrior Cats, you're not like, yes, all these cats fighting is cool and all, but seriously, will someone tell me how smelly Greystripe's farts are? And hey, I took it upon myself to make the video that everyone was asking for. You're welcome. So, how this video is going to work is I'm going to go through all ThunderClan cats that are relevant in the first arc of Warrior Cats and give them a score out of 10 on how stinky their gas is. Keep in mind I'm only doing relevant cats here, so no Dappletail. I am sorry to all 5 Dappletail fans out there. In fact, just for you guys, I'll give her a rating. 3 out of 10. There you go, now all of you can die happy. Alright, let's dive right in. Firestar. Look, I think Firestar is a perfect example of middle of the road. However, he is described as a very handsome cat, and he had people falling head over heels for him, mainly Sandstorm and Spotted Leaf, and I'm sure others felt the same way too, but just kept it a secret. And listen, I'm sure they wouldn't have felt this way if he blasted some actual arse, so I think we can reasonably give Firestar a 4 out of 10. Do you guys think when Firestar farts, he blasts fire from his butt like a rocket? No? Okay, my bad, it was just a thought. Greystripe. I don't think there is anyone more deserving of a 10 out of 10 than our GOAT Greystripe. This guy belts one out legit any chance he gets, and probably tries to make it reek as well. Legend has it is that he can lift off the ground with the pure pressure alone. Now, listen, I do understand that he did bag Silverstream. However, Silverstream strikes me as the type to find it funny, so yeah, 10 out of 10. Or in other words, equivalent to a nuclear blast. Lionheart. If Lionheart ever does need to rip ass, he most definitely covers it up with a cough, and he has probably trained his farts to be rather posh, so 3 out of 10? Tiger Star. Now, I'm conflicted with Tiger Star because on one hand, I feel like he would blast some actual belters to throw off his opponent in battle. Fart in their face. Sun Tzu, The Art of War. But on the other hand, I don't think he would want his reputation to be Tiger Fart. You know what? Tiger Star just doesn't fart. I don't see a world where it's possible. He always holds it in. It's either shit or nothing for Tiger Star. So for that, I suppose he should get a 0 out of 10. Milk Star. 11 out of 10. Yeah. Spotted Leaf. Guys, let's be honest. I don't even have to say what score she gets. It's Spotted Leaf. I mean, I might as well ask how bad Rose's farts smell. After many years of biologically combining her farts with perfume, she can now never physically have smelly farts. Negative 5 out of 10. Ravenpaw. Silent, but deadly. Ravenpaw has always been the shy type, so I don't think he would be loud and proud about ripping cheeks. However, he does strike me as the smelly type when it comes to farts. Through the air it glides unseen, but once it hits the nose of a fellow cat, they will be wondering what died nearby. You know, maybe this is why Tiger Star hated this guy. Hey, you never know. 7 out of 10. Longtail. You just know for a fact that this guy has the wettest fart in maybe all the forest. He walks into a den just to blast arse and then leave. So, Whitestorm, how's the prey been running? Oh, yes, very good. Wait, do you hear something? Yes, what is it, Longtail? I hate that guy. Don't worry, I don't hate you, Longtail. 8 out of 10 for stink, but if we were rating it on wetness, it would be 10 out of 10. Whitestorm. I think Whitestorm is quite similar to Lionheart in the way of being quite posh. I do think Whitestorm, if he were to release some gas, would probably blame it on someone else, but like, you know, in a posh way. Either that or blame it on the wind. 2 out of 10. Yellowfang. Yellowfang is an old, angry, but wise cat, so imagine if you were an old, wise fart cloud. That's kind of what I'm getting at here. 6 out of 10. Cinderpelt. Cinderpelt doesn't strike me as someone who has a high smell rating. I just feel like it, I don't know, squeaks out, so 3 out of 10. Cloudtail. Now I think Cloudtail is maybe the only one who can match Greystripe. Cloudtail in his early years had a diet of kitty pet food, even when he became a clan cat, and he became rather fat. I don't think I've seen a clan cat that fat, is a quote from Sandstorm. I mean, poor Cloudtail, but nonetheless, I think it's safe to say that it reeks. 10 out of 10. Speaking of Sandstorm, I mean, she's quite angry a lot of the time, and you know what they say about angry cats. Angry cats fart smell 6 out of 10 on the stink scale. Shakespeare. What? No, he said that. No, yes he did. Oh, alright, fine. Agree to disagree. I'm still going to give her a 6, though. 6 out of 10. Dustpelt. I don't know, he's kind of irrelevant. But you know what isn't irrelevant? His farts. 4 out of 10. Actually, on the subject of Dustpelt, did anyone else think he was grey? You know, like dust? For the longest time reading Warrior Cats, I imagined him as grey. Maybe something similar to Stormfur, perhaps? I don't know, I just never thought he was brown. Brambleclaw. I know we're only doing Arc 1 here, and he's Brambleclaw in the second arc, and he's an apprentice in the first. But, you know, the second arc is where we get most of the information from him, so yeah, Brambleclaw. I think Brambleclaw has the potential to be a smelly stinker, but I don't think he's quite there yet. So we've got to remember that he's the son of Tiger Star, who we did give a 0, but we only gave him a 0 because he was Tiger Star. This is Brambleclaw we're talking about. He did pretty effectively lead the gang towards Sundrown Place, and sure, he had help along the way, but, you know, we all need help from time to time. And these traits of leadership don't strike me as a type to be stinky. But what do I know? I think we can put him somewhere in the middle, maybe a 5? Yeah, 5 sounds good. 5 out of 10. Okay, so if you're new to the channel, you might not know that I love Brambleclaw, you know, like a lot. He ranks number 3 in my top 5. However, so many people from last video said that my love for Brambleclaw won't last since I'm only halfway through Arc 2. And apparently he becomes a chud later on. And if this is the case, then maybe I should change his ratings because, you know, as we all know, chuds stink. But for now, he's going to be resting at a comfortable 5. Thank you all for commenting on last video, by the way. Blue Star. In her early days where she cared about herself, I'd say maybe 4 out of 10, possibly even 3. But in the later half of the first arc, she stopped caring about herself, and unfortunately, I think this also reflects her fart rating. I'm sure the leader's den reeked of malnourishment. Actually, now I say it, Blue Star didn't really eat a whole lot when she lost her mind, so maybe she didn't rib cheeks down there. Makes you think about life. I suppose we should give her a 7 out of 10. Does that sound good? Alright, well that's everyone. Wait, why do I feel like I'm forgetting about someone? Someone who is dark and possibly has stripes? My mind's going blank. Oh, I remember now. Darkstripe. Darkstripe, 100 out of 10. I don't even have to think about it. Alright, and here are the final standings for every character. Alright, thanks to the 3 people who stayed this long into the video. Sorry if this video grossed you out at all. It was, you know, all a joke, I promise. And sorry for it being a bit on the shorter end of things. I do plan to make videos longer in the future, but I'm still figuring this whole YouTube thing out. Speaking of videos, thank you all for the support on last video. I never expected it to get so many views, and it's all thanks to you guys. Seriously, you can never know how much it means to me. If you have any ideas for videos I can make in the future, please let me know. Alright, thank you for watching. If you like this video, please consider subscribing and liking. Also comment who you think has the smelliest farts in all of Warrior Cats. And I'll see you in the next one. Alright, goodbye. I'm in the thick of it, everybody knows. They know me where it snows, I skied and they froze. I don't know nothing but no ice, I'm just cold. 40 something millies, also subs I've been told. Oh, but